system we decided to investigate was the payment system located in Lowenberger residence. The laundry room facilities are available to students who live in Lowenberger as well as Village, which is in walking distance. The goal is to swipe their student card in order to pay for the use and functions of the laundry machine. The payment system is a mechanical system which requires human-machine interaction. Here is a demonstration of the machine in use.
Task analysis. The function of the payment system is to gain access to the laundry machines. The task is to swipe the card and select the machine of their choice. This requires cognitive demand as the keypad matches the conceptual model for the user to select their machine. It also includes motor demand because there is a force used to swipe the card, approximately 50 newtons. It requires one fingertip to push the 1.5 centimeter keys. Lastly, it requires sensory demand. The kinesthetic system senses poor card swipes. The auditory system does not detect sound. The visual system perceives information from the card and the buttons. Finally, the haptic system is used with the senses from the pushpad keys. The trigger is the 3-inch display screen that has size 16 font with approximately 18 centimeters in length and 10 centimeters in width. The outcome is the display changing once the card swipe is done correctly. The duration of this task will take 2.4 seconds.
The display is the main human factor issue. The payment system does not fit the conceptual model. It does not relate to the user and what they know. The arrow points to the right of the system while the swipe is located on the bottom with little display on how to swipe it properly. It is not efficient. It does not have good cues or display of instructions to direct the user. Now, its limitations are visual, instructions, and feedback. Visual, it's hard to read due to size of font and color, can create contrast sensitivity since the font is fluorescent blue on a blue background. It may get confusing since there is an excess number of buttons that serve as no purpose. Symbols to display position of card to swipe is black on a black background, so the user cannot detect the right way to swipe the card or positioning. Now, for the instructions, there are no instructions on the wall to help explain the payment system. No verbal instructions to help or for feedback on errors. If error is made, the instructions may change quickly, so may not get a chance to read it. Capabilities. The system is placed at a good height where it is accessible to many users. For example, it is low enough for those in a wheelchair to use comfortably and high enough for taller individuals to reach down and use as well. For auditory, the buttons beep when they are pressed down. When the machine that has been selected, it also beeps as well when it is ready to be in use. For tactile, the buttons click to allow the user to know they have been pressed down. For visual, the white writing on black device and keys make them noticeable and easy to see and use.
Method of addressing the human factors issue. To address the human factors issue apparent with the system, an in-depth analysis needs to be done with regards to its current interactions and issues involved with them. The demands of the system need to be greatly understood in order to address how to make the demands less complex and increase the efficiency of the system. Many of the issues involved with the use of the Lowenberger laundry room and their payment system are more likely to occur if the users are new to the system altogether. Since they have no previous knowledge and there are not many clear links between the displays and the desired outcomes, users will usually rely on the conceptual compatibility. However, this system does not optimize what the user already knows. While reviewing the device in the laundry room, we observed that students using the machine, there are problems with the approach to swiping your card and the display. These solutions may include a change in equipment, which may go as far as having a whole newly designed machine altogether, or adjusting the current equipment by adding things such as larger fonts, different colors, changing the color or position of the swiper, and more direct mapping. The task could also be changed altogether, so the system can be changed in that the most common error performed can actually be how to successfully use the system. This would emphasize what the user already knows. For example, if a common error is that the user confuses the end and enter button as they are the same color and relatively close to each other, then marking the end button with red and enter button with green would utilize the stereotypes that red means stop and green means go, and the error would likely be decreased. Training can be provided by teaching the students how to use the machines, potentially by taking the students to show them step by step how to do their laundry, by sending out an explanation to all potential users, which could be done through email or flyers, or finally the possibility of putting a sign up by the payment system to explain the steps. Decreasing common error is important, and it is also critical to have a backup for each system. For example, the button or swiper can light up when it is used. Some people may not have great vision, so using Braille to address this haptic system is a good approach. These methods may lead to fewer errors in the future and a more efficient and less stressful experience.
Impact. The principles of user-centered design have been satisfied. Number 1. Utilize knowledge in the world and the head of the user. The conceptual model is used as it utilizes what the users know. Number 2. Simplify the structure of the task. Taking away useless buttons to reduce errors can improve efficiency. Change of the digital display can have better prompts and instructions to quickly complete the task easily and can relate to the memory. Number 3. Bridge execution and evaluation. The display will explain to proceed to selected washing machine, as well as for feedback if an error is made. The instructions will stay longer on the screen and be more clear. Number 4. Get the mappings right. The spatial configuration of the keys can match the conceptual model and is easier to understand while making it efficient. Stereotypes. The credit card image shows what is expected and which way to swipe the card. The arrow pointing down can help the user detect where to swipe the card. Number 5. Power constraints. Less demands by removing buttons can make the task more efficient, as well as coloring the end and enter button. Cannot do the first step until you do the first one, but with the display it can limit options and be direct on how to swipe the card. Number 6. Design for error. When swiping the card incorrectly, the display should prompt the user what is a bad swipe for every error, not just one. Have a "would you like to continue" to help with irreversible actions. Number 7. Standardize. The machine is already standardized, but with the help of us removing a few buttons, it can make it more successful. Interventions. The following changes have been made. The screen display has been changed from dark blue to white, and the font has been changed from light blue to black, making it easier for the user to read. A decrease in the amount of buttons have been made to reduce the odds of an error being made. Colors have been added. The green and red buttons have been added to decrease the odds of error. The image of the card indicating what direction and the position of the card should be swiped was also added. Braille has also been added to aid the visually impaired.
Other interventions could be included, for example, auditory and visual instructions. Auditory instructions would definitely benefit the visually impaired, and visual instructions, such as a picture on the wall, would benefit the hearing impaired.